Today, we're going on a journey. We're heading back in time, like 6,000 years back, to the ancient city of Babylon. Why? Because this city, which was literally the wealthiest city in history, left behind a blueprint for building wealth. We're going to break down the simple, timeless secrets from the classic book, The Richest Man in Babylon, that turned its everyday people into masters of their own money. So get this, what if I told you that the secret to getting rich isn't some complicated modern formula, but a set of simple, powerful laws that were figured out thousands of years ago? That's the big idea here. We are about to unpack the exact wisdom that made Babylon a legend and show you how these ancient rules can completely change your own financial life starting today. All right, so here's our roadmap. We're going to start with a problem that I think we all know a little too well, the problem of the empty purse. Then, we'll uncover the one big secret that changed everything for the richest man in Babylon. After that, we'll walk through 7 super practical steps to fix your finances, and then, and this is the best part, we'll dive into the 5 immutable laws of gold. Finally, we'll expose the one hidden enemy that holds almost everyone back and show you how your journey can begin the moment this is over. Okay, let's kick things off with a story about a guy from the book that I'm willing to bet a lot of us can relate to. His name is Bansir. He's a chariot builder, and he's facing a problem that feels like it could be happening right now. He works his tail off day in and day out, but he's got absolutely nothing to show for it. So just picture this. Bansir is the best at what he does. He makes the best chariots in the entire city of Babylon. He earns a good, steady income, and yet he's just sitting there, totally defeated, with a wallet that is completely empty. His friend Kobe, a musician, finds him like this, and they both realize they're stuck in the exact same trap. Super talented, super hardworking, but always, always broke. And this is the million-dollar question Bansir asks his friend. It's the question that really drives the whole book. They're living in a city that is just overflowing with gold. They see it everywhere they look, but for some reason, they just can't seem to get their hands on any of it. Sound familiar? Well, it's this feeling of desperation that pushes them to make a decision. They have to go ask for help from their old friend Arkad, who just happens to be the richest man in all of Babylon. And that brings us to Arkad. Now, here's the most important part. Arkad wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Not at all. He started out as a simple scribe, just carving records into clay tablets for pennies. But he had that same burning desire for wealth that his friends felt. His whole life changed with one single conversation. This is the secret. It's the entire turning point. See, Arkad made a deal with a rich moneylender named Algamesh. He promised to work all night carving a tablet in exchange for the secret to becoming wealthy. And in the morning, Algamesh dropped this simple truth on him. I mean, think about it for a second. You pay the grocery store, you pay your landlord, you pay for your phone. You pay literally everyone except for yourself. This one simple idea is the bedrock that all wealth is built on. So what does that look like in practice? It boils down to this one simple, non-negotiable rule. A part of everything you earn is yours to keep. You have to save at least 1/10, that's just 10% of every single dollar that comes into your hands. And you do it first. Before you pay any bills, before you buy anything, you pay yourself. This isn't about saving whatever's left at the end of the month. It's about making you the most important person you owe money to. Arkad's ideas became so famous that the king of Babylon himself asked him to teach his system to everyone in the city. So Arkad broke it down into 7 simple cures for a lean purse. It's basically a step-by-step guide to take anyone from broke to financially secure. Let's take a look. When you look at them all together, these 7 cures are basically a complete financial plan for your life. It starts with number 1, which we just talked about, save at least 10%. And number 2 follows right behind it. You've got to learn to live on the other 90%. From there, it's all about making that money grow, protecting it, owning your own home, planning for retirement, and always, always working to improve your skills so you can earn even more. It's a really powerful system. Now, that second cure, controlling your spending, is built on a really brilliant insight. You know how it is, right? Our wants, our desires, they're endless. You get a raise, and suddenly your expenses just seem to magically grow to eat it all up. But our necessary expenses, those can actually be controlled. By making a budget, you figure out what you truly need versus what you just want. That's how you can live a happy life on that 90% and free up the first 10% to go to work for you. And the third cure is where the real magic happens, making your money work for you. Your savings shouldn't just be sitting in a pile somewhere. Arkad uses this incredible metaphor. Every coin you save is like a golden slave that goes out and works for you.
And the money those savings earn? Well, those are the children of your slaves, and they can go out and work for you too. This is the power of compounding, explained 6,000 years ago. It's about creating an army of money that builds an income stream for you, whether you're working, sleeping, or on vacation.
Okay, now we are getting to the absolute core wisdom of this book. After Arkad's son has his own wild journey, where he makes and loses a fortune, he finally comes back to his dad having learned the 5 immutable laws of gold. These aren't just suggestions, they are universal principles that are as real and as reliable as the law of gravity. So the first law, it's that foundation we've been talking about. Pay yourself first. Consistently setting aside at least 10% of every dollar you make is what starts the flow of wealth into your life. It's that simple, powerful act of deciding that you are worth being paid for your own hard work. The second law builds right on top of the first one. So once you've saved that gold, you have to put it to work. It is not enough to just hoard it under your mattress. A wise owner finds good, profitable investments where that money can work hard and multiply, creating even more wealth for you. This is how you go from just saving money to actually building a real fortune. Law number 3 is all about being careful and getting good advice. Gold sticks with people who protect it. You can't just hand your money over to anyone. Arkad himself learned this the hard way. He gave his very first savings to a brickmaker who promised to buy rare jewels. Well, the brickmaker got scammed and Arkad's money was gone forever. The lesson is crystal clear. Get advice from people who actually know what they're doing in the field you're investing in. And the fourth law is a huge warning. Stick to what you know. Money has a funny way of disappearing when you put it into businesses or ventures you don't understand. If you're not an expert in something and you're not getting advice from an expert like the third law says, let's be honest, you're not investing, you're just gambling. And finally, the fifth law. This is the timeless defense against greed. Gold literally runs away from anyone who tries to force it into unrealistic profits. If a deal sounds way too good to be true, it is. All those get-rich-quick schemes, the promise of impossible returns, those are the traps that lead to financial disaster. Be patient. Look for steady, reliable growth.
So, okay, we've got the 7 cures and the 5 laws. We have the blueprint. So, why isn't everybody rich? Well, the book points to one single, powerful enemy that stands in the way between knowing what to do and actually doing it.
And here it is, the real villain of our financial stories: procrastination. There's a story where a group of men are talking about all these amazing opportunities they had in the past that they just let slip by. And why? They hesitated. They told themselves, oh, I'll do it later, or now's not the right time. They waited, and the opportunity was gone, forever.
So this brings the question right to you right now. How many times have you said, I'll start saving next month, or I'll start investing when I have more time? The book makes a powerful argument that this one habit, the habit of delay, is the single biggest reason people fail to build wealth, even when they know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. All right, we've gone through the problem, the core secret, the practical steps, the universal laws, and the number one enemy. Now, let's pull it all together and talk about how your journey to wealth can start not next week, not tomorrow, but right now. You know, the book basically says that good luck isn't some random thing that just happens to you. It's drawn to people who take action. When you do the work to be prepared, when you fight back against procrastination and you actually grab the opportunities that come your way, you start to make your own luck. The goddess of good fortune doesn't favor the person who waits, she favors the person who acts. Look, we've really only scratched the surface here. Every single one of these laws is taught through these incredible stories and parables that really make the lessons stick with you. If you're ready to stop putting it off and to finally take that first step, the complete roadmap is waiting for you. Think of this as your very first investment in your financial education, just like the laws tell you to do. The link is right there in the description. Go get your copy of The Richest Man in Babylon and start building your fortune today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and hey, don't forget to subscribe for more.